Welcome to Motorlux. This is the start of the Monterey Car Week and Pebble Beach. There's a lot to see. Some amazing auctions here with Broad Arrow, as well as some exotic cars, some world-class vehicles from around the world, as well as airplanes, people, chefs, and wonderful wine. Let's take a look. Motorlux is a vibrant celebration of cars, planes, and the car community, held during the Monterey Car Week at the Monterey Jet Center. This is the kickoff for the whole week, and it is bigger and better this year than ever before. I was super impressed. It had global vehicle debuts, iconic cars, luxury aviation, paired with local wines, superstar chefs, amazing food, and the Broad Arrow auto auction here at Motorlux. Motorlux will celebrate the start of Monterey Car Week alongside the Broad Arrow auctions for the first day of the two-day auction. Among the cars on display will be classic cars, airplanes, Lamborghini Miuras, Bugatti Chirons, and a ton of race cars. Now, Motorlux also had some automobile debuts, as well as the Broad Arrow auction. Overall, Motorlux had 4,100 guests, 225 vehicles on display, 5 special curated vehicle experiences, 14 aircraft, 30 plus Navy postgraduate school volunteers. Donations will be made to the CHP Foundation and the Navy Postgraduate School. That also included 30 plus residents, 20 plus beverage experiences, and 5 Michelin-starred chefs. It was quite amazing. On day 2, we head over to the Pebble Beach Golf Course, where we see the 2025 BMW M5 Touring and the sedan. Both beautiful vehicles powered by twin-turbo V8 with hybrid assistance. There is more coverage of that and a full reveal on our channel. Make sure to check that out. Day 3 was quite busy as we headed over to the Quail, a motorsports gathering. It is the epicenter of automotive excellence and luxury. Guests got to enjoy not just food, but champagne and wines from all around the California area, and attendees also got the opportunity to see a few amazing reveals that were not shown anywhere else. The Quail is also a car show, and the winning vehicle was a 1937 Delahaye Type 135. It won Best of Show. Some of the reveals were super impressive, such as the 2025 Lamborghini Tamario. It is a 10,000 RPM revving V8 monster. Now, this is the replacement for the Huracan, which was a V10, and this will be a twin-turbo V8 with 10,000 RPM redline, 3 electric motors to boot. It comes only all-wheel drive. It's a little roomier, has a little bit more tech, and it is really a great-looking vehicle in person. So don't just look at the pictures. If you get an opportunity to see one in person, you'll be quite impressed. Day 4 brought us to the Rolex Monterey Motorsports Reunion. Cars are meant to be raced, and Rolex and Hagerty Insurance support the efforts for vintage racers to showcase these cars of all eras. There were some fabulous cars, from some current race cars all the way back to the original racing cars. Fabulous event, and always a lot of fun. Throughout the whole week, there are auctions that go on, and while Monterey Car Week is a huge occasion for both vintage car obsessed, the auctions set the price of collector cars and give some insight on the economy. The price of a car is important because it tells us if people are investing in cars, or they're holding their money, or they're spending. This year's auction lineup promises to be particularly stellar and a lot pricier. This year's auction lineup comes from the houses of Gooding & Company, RM Sotheby's, Mecum and Broad Arrow auctions. Here are the results and what it means. Overall, the Monterey auctions were down about 3% as some collectors stayed on the sidelines. However, there are some amazing vehicle sales that will blow you away. First, here are the numbers. Spending drops as total sales for the week fell less than 3% year over year for a total of $391.6 million. Staple luxury cars aren't selling as the sell-through rate for pre-1981 cars worth $1 million plus dropped to 52% versus 63% for modern examples. So the retreat to modern is what this means. 73% of the supercars were less than 4 years old and were valued over $500,000. High dollar bidders weren't buying the classics that have dominated the market for decades, instead shifting to the more modern collectibles. The Pablo Picassos of the collector world and Ferraris built prior to 1974 and worth $1 million plus sold very slowly. Sports cars of the 1990s, such as the Porsche 911 GT1 and the Ferrari 333 SP, sold for over $7 million and over $5.1 million. These might be the next 1950s and 1960s sports cars of the market, as the Ferrari competition cars from that era had an average hammer price of $5.5 million, but only a 62% sell-through rate. Overall, a down year may be harder for sellers, but can be welcome news for enthusiasts who are looking to enter the market. Overall, here are the top 10 sales for all the auction houses. Number 10, a 1958 Ferrari 250 GT TDF Coupe for $5.2 million from Gooding. Number 9, a 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB4 Alloy Coupe for $5.285 million from Sotheby's. Number 8, a 1955 Ferrari 857S Spider for $5.35 million through Gooding. Number 7, the 1995 Ferrari F50 Coupe for $5.5 million through RM Sotheby's. Number 6, the 1959 Ferrari 250 GT long wheelbase California Spider for $5.615 million through RM Sotheby's. Number 5, a 1997 Porsche 911 GT1 Ren version coupe for $7 million through Broad Arrow Auctions. Number 4, a 1969 Ford GT40 lightweight for $7.865 million through Mecum Auctions. Number 3, a 1955 Ferrari 410 Sport Spider for $12,985,000 through RM Sotheby's. Number 2, a 1938 Alfa Romeo 8C 2900B Lungo Spider for $14,030,000 at Gooding and Company. And number 1, the most expensive car sold at Monterey is the 1960 Ferrari 250 GT short wheelbase California Spider for $17,055,000 at RM Sotheby's. I was there and it was an amazing experience. The room was full of energy, and we will continue to monitor the collector car auctions and its impact on new car sales. But what it looks like to me is that people are waiting on the sidelines to see what happens with the election. The final day is the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. We headed down 17-mile drive in Monterey, California to the famous Pebble Beach golf course. We reached the culmination of this week for the 73rd Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. And this famous and impressive concourse is the most amazing car show in the world. The display of dream cars, concept cars, and the most special and unique collector cars, all with the emphasis on preservation of historically significant automobiles. Automobiles are judged for their style, their technical merit, as well as the history, their originality, and the accuracy of their restoration. For the first time in history in the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, the Best of Show was awarded to a preservation or an unrestored original car. It was a 1934 Bugatti Type 59 Sports, presented by the Pearl Collection. Fritz Buchart from Zug, Switzerland brought it to us. This year, the Concours brought us 214 cars from 16 different countries, 29 states, all competed on the show field. And the winning car is that storied 1934 Bugatti. Perhaps most importantly, it wears all of its history to this day, having been preserved in its original livery, the way it came originally. And it was given to King Leopold of Belgium. And it's important that this preserved car also gets its recognition because a car can only be original once. There were many class winners and special awards that were shown, including the special classes represented by the 125th anniversary of the Packard. Maserati was presented, wedge-shaped concept cars and prototypes, and the Frua coachwork cars that were absolutely fabulous. And these are custom coachwork cars. And of course, the 1990 FIA race cars were also presented. Other Best of Show nominees that were down to the Final Four were the 1948 Talbot Lago, the 1934 Packard 1108, and the 1970 Lancia Stratos. So many other cars were awarded with class and special awards. Every vehicle presented on the show field was an opportunity for any collector and any automotive historian to see the best cars in the world. And we'll be back next year looking for even more excitement and better cars from all around the world. We don't know what the mark will be, but we're personally hoping it will be the 1965 Shelby. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. If you have any questions or comments, I'll be more than happy to answer. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee. The link is in the description, plus all the links for our website, social media, my book, and our podcast. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.